morning, I don't know why I'm wearing these. Good morning, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to the Magic Monday Witchy Hour. I have a list of all the shit I'm supposed to do. Uh, let's see here. Boop. Joyous time zones, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to the Monday Morning Witchy Hour. Today we will discuss spells for writers. If we haven't met before, I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. It's so very nice to meet you. I don't know how that came out. Hold on. If we haven't met before, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. It's very nice to meet you. If you have been here before, it's so lovely to see you back. I love you guys. Love. Let's see. What haven't we done? Let's do the root. I'd like to start today with a little grounding ritual to kind of like kick off your week. This will assess your root chakra and sorry, slight distraction. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. And as you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, and shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You are just outside the door of your domain. The air is crisp and cool. The evergreens sway slightly in the breeze, and the ground has a large patch of moss at your feet. Step barefoot onto the moss. Feel how soft it is. Feel the solid ground underneath. That light coming into your head can now be translated into red energy that you can send out your feet. Convert the light into roots and send the roots out the bottom of your feet and deep into the earth, as deep as you can. The soil is fresh, easy to toil, easy to carve a path down. Feel how anchored you are, how close to the earth. Reach down as far as you can. The earth hugs your roots comfortably, no matter how sharp or curly, no matter how many times they split off. Slowly pull the roots back up the way they came. The roots slither through the dark, the soil filling in its wake. Pull the roots back into your feet, convert it back into the light, and let the light filter through you and out the top of your head. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. We just did our grounding ritual. Oh my gosh, I can't find anything, I swear. If you're just joining us, we just did our morning grounding ritual. Next, I will do a tarot reading for the week. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're hoping to figure out what actions to take this coming week. All right. We have the Two of Cups, the Two of Coins reversed, and the Fool. Oh my gosh, I have so much eye gunk in my eye. All right, so Two of Cups is our marriage card, our relationships. The Two of Coins is reversed is a loss of balance. And the Fool is that we have a big decision to make, and we're kind of like on the precipice of a new thing. It's just a matter of taking the risk. And I like the card face up is basically saying that we will succeed in this endeavor. So there's a big decision regarding a relationship that's sort of losing its balance, but you'll make the best decision. All right. Horoscope. What seems obvious to us one minute may not hold true the next. The moon in Gemini starts things off with a pair of uplifting sextiles to Mercury and Jupiter, both in enthusiastic Aries. It'll be easy for our ideas to get bigger by the minute under such buoyant skies, but there's a danger of tripping over ourselves when the moon squares Neptune in Pisces at 9:39 p.m. Eastern. Neptune can turn reality into hallucination, so be ready for plans that quickly evaporate. Today I wanted to talk about That's not the right one. 3 inspirational spells for the witch who writes. Poor writers. Also, hold on. I wanted to say hello to RC Scott. Hello, RC. How's it going? So I might even talk about the spell that I did for RC regarding inspiration and concentration. All right. Oh my gosh, I keep losing my tab. Doomed by the compulsion to write, knowing their works may never see the light of day, but egged on constantly by the little voice in their heads that whispers dialogue and plots, or hears a song and instantly paints a whole scene that doesn't belong anywhere in any story they've written. But the scene is lovely. Maybe a new story is in order. Time to start plotting. Characters and worlds explode from their minds like Athena, fully formed and ready for action. But then, 100 pages in, the writer slams headlong into a wall of nowhere to go from here. Excuse me. The burst of inspiration has burned out like a wet firecracker, and the story that kept you up late at night writing that seemed unstoppable suddenly stops. The only writing advice I've gotten that truly made any sense to me was read a lot. This works great as a motivational tool. Reading definitely makes you want to write, but it is no match for the wall of nowhere to go from here. When you are back at chapter 1, starting something new, putting down your stories for months at a time while waiting for lightning to strike again. Witch writers, however, have a few tricks up their sleeves. The call for inspiration, the weekly calliope ritual. Oh boy. I need to curse my enemies. No, you don't need to curse your enemies. Not unless they're actively harming you. Hi, Daya. I'm so glad to see you. Holy crap, it's been a while. Hello, Debbie. Hello. We're talking about spells for writers today. I was just getting into the first calliope ritual. Muses are fascinating creatures. While they each have interesting histories of their own, their primary function in mythology is supporting artists and writers. And the idea of the muse, the embodiment of artistic inspiration, has survived into modern times, particularly with fashion designers and photographers. Writers have long called and credited the muses for their works. That's why it's a no-brainer to call on Calliope, the head honcho muse herself, when seeking inspiration for your own writing. When you need help, do what the masters do. Ask a muse. This ritual can be performed weekly, and as inspiration begins to flow, it should perhaps transform into a ceremony of gratitude. This is easily done by changing the wording a bit, if you use wording at all. You will need a moonstone, the more the better, but only one is necessary. Honey and an offering bowl, a bell, an orchid plant in the pot, don't cut the flower, and 3 white candles. I suggest performing this ritual at your altar. To begin, I need to check something. Neat haircut. Oh, it's just in a braid. Hold on. I need to reorganize my shit here. Okay. To begin, cleanse your area in your preferred way. Your altar should also be tidied up if necessary as a show of respect. Place the orchid in the center of the altar. On either side of the orchid, place a white candle, and then place the last candle behind the flowers. So you've created a triangle of sorts with the orchid at the center. Between the candles, place your moonstone so you form a ring around the flower. If you only have one stone, place it in front of the orchid. Fill your offering bowl with honey and place it in front of the orchid. Light your white candles. Ring the bell 9 times, spacing each ring about a second apart. Do it slowly, in other words. Now that you've gotten her attention, ask for her guidance. Instead of writing something here for you to say, I think it's important for you to phrase this request in your own way. If you need inspiration for a science fiction story or a romance, specify that. Maybe you don't know what you want to write and you're open to suggestions. Be as clear as possible and remember to be respectful. After you've received the gift of inspiration, excuse me, my eye. Ugh. Continue the ritual weekly for as long as you are writing the story to keep it flowing, but change your wording so that you give thanks instead. Looks at the altar. I don't really have one anymore. I don't know what happened to me. It's a great time to kind of like refresh it up. You got your hair cut, did you? Oh, nice, nice, nice. I bet you're handsome. Handsome. I got another spell for you. Most magical way I went at it was trying some tarot for inspiration. I have a couple of decks that are specific for storytelling. Absolutely. Always. Yeah. Damn right you are. Breaking the block. While this is similar to calling for inspiration, the spell is designed for writers a little further along. You've got the idea, but you've lost your momentum. A terrible feeling. This spell works in 2 ways: removing obstacles, which is banishing, and charging your writing skill. 2-pronged approach, witches. Wow, need a bunch of stuff. A black candle, a tool to carve the candle. I use a needle, or not a needle, but a nail. Sugar cubes, cayenne pepper, black pepper, your favorite book, a hammer, sea salt, mirror, a new pen or pencil, color doesn't matter, and a strand of hair. And now, while this spell is not overly complicated, nor does it have to be performed at a certain time, it will take several days to complete. Don't try to force anything or be surprised when you haven't solved your writing problems after the first day. Like writing, this spell is a process and patience is essential. While I usually suggest a lot of meditation and concentration in my spells, for this one, it is much better to not overthink things. Write the word inability on your black candle. Then mix together your cayenne pepper and your black pepper. That is a banishing powder. Very simple one. You can add dragon's blood. You can add ashes from your incense, or charcoal from a sacred fire, all of that stuff. Merge it all together with a mortar and pestle. But very simply, you just need black pepper and cayenne. Make sure the word reaches vertically from one end of the candle to the other. You'll need a candle thick enough to stand on its own while burning, but small enough so that you can burn the whole thing within a matter of days. This should be the only thing the candle is used for. You can also dress the candle in certain oils and stuff like that. Tear a page out of your favorite book. What? Most books have a few pages that are blank in them, or pages with info about the publisher, the dedication, the title page, whatever. Any of these pages will work fine. If you are opposed to damaging your favorite book, which is understandable, pick another book you really like. We think of books as giving us a lot, and when they do, hold on, let me try that again. We think of books as giving us a lot, and they do, but we also give a lot back as readers. We spend vast amounts of time within those pages with those characters, and even become a part of the story as a helpless but deeply involved bystander. You pour your soul into your favorite book, and it becomes part of you. That's why it's important for this spell. It's your support system and a reminder without a doubt. The author of your favorite story went through what you are going through. They got you through it, and so will you. So the candle on a stand doesn't work. I think a candle should be on a stand anyway, just to catch the wax and it doesn't get all over your table and whatnot. I do have specific decks. Hold on. I have. Hold on. I want to get them out. Oh no, I'm a raccoon. Oh no, I'm a raccoon. There we go. So I have two decks. This is, I don't know what it's called, because this is the box. This is what it was marketed as. It's a nice small deck with very simple illustrations. It tells really great stories. And then I have the Mage the Ascension Tarot, which is really great because I basically do mage stories, right? So yeah. That is another excellent deck. I think it's out of print though, so getting a copy is super tough. So both of those decks are quite rare. I would recommend them, but getting a hold of them might be tricky. I've used one Lovecraftian tarot for writing. That sounds awesome. That sounds great. I go with simple designs if I'm like outlining, which is what I'll often use that little deck for. And then, and usually I'll use a card if I need conflict in some way. Like I need a point to the scene. Lovecraft and tarot, sign me up. Yeah, I know, right? All right. So about that page. Place the page from the book in front of you and place the candle in the center. Around your candle, build a wall of sugar cubes placed slightly away from the candle so the wax has room to pool. The wall doesn't have to be as tall as the candle by any means. 2 or 3 rows of sugar cubes will be fine. Now light the candle, and as the wax begins to pool between the... Let me try that again. Now light the candle, and as wax begins to pool between candles and sugar cubes, sprinkle your pepper mixture into it little by little. The sugar cubes should act as a barrier to keep the wax nicely contained, and the wax will work to hold the sugar cubes in place, effectively sealing the wall. For the first burn, I recommend letting enough wax pool to secure the wall of sugar cubes, but depending on the size of your candle and how quickly it burns, this might take a while. After your wall is pretty secure, extinguish the candle. Now it is time to begin part 2. Take a strand of your hair, if you have hair long enough to do so, and tightly wrap it around the pen or pencil, and then go outside. Place the mirror somewhere it won't be disturbed. Set your pen on it, and then sprinkle a ring of salt around the mirror. This cleanses and charges the pen while simultaneously protecting it and binding it specifically to you. If you don't feel like it needs to be like strapped to your psyche, you can forego the strand of your hair. Yeah, me too. Me too. What I would probably do instead is bring up an ebook and bring up one of my favorite pages and like on my iPad and then use my iPad. Or print it out. Like I can view my shit on iBooks on my computer, so I should be able to print out a page. But tearing a page out of my book, no, I don't think so. Also using my hair to protect my pen, I don't know. Really all that does is bind the pen to you. Okay. Once the pen has spent 1 day and 1 night outside, you can resume part 1 of the spell. Relight the black candle with your charged pen, and with your charged pen, write 1 sentence on the book page. It doesn't matter what the sentence says. It can be a sentence describing the room, or a short description of today's weather, or a message to your dog. It can be a total nonsense. Just write 1 full sentence. Once you've done this, remove a cube of sugar from your sugar wall and smash it with a hammer. Add more pepper mixture to the newly melted wax, then blow out your candle. Return your pen to its mirror and let it charge another day. Repeat this process until the black candle has completely burned down. Then take everything, the paper, any remaining sugar, and pepper wax, and toss it into a paper bag. Enjoy smashing that sucker to dust with your hammer, and then throw the whole mess away. Whew! Like I said, this spell is a process. So often in writing, we overthink things instead of letting it come naturally. We fight characters instead of letting them speak. We force plots. We add too much conflict or not enough. And this spell is meant to remove obstacles and reveal new pathways for your writing, to remind you to enjoy yourself. Remember this: if it's tedious to write, it'll be tedious to read. So if you are getting bogged down in a plot that's not fun to write anymore, you're on the wrong path. Smash it with a hammer. All right. One more. Publish or perish. Now, I'm a self-publisher, so I have made the things happen for me. But if you are contingent on, or you're set on going the traditional route, there are ways to talk to small presses and maybe even the bigger presses to see if they are willing to publish you. I have chocolate on my thing. Sorry. Okay. For most writers, the ultimate goal is getting published. Traditionally, you first look for an agent to pitch your story to, then wait patiently for your rejection letter. These days, though, so many options exist for the writer. Self-publishing gets a bad rap from those in the biz, but it's absolutely a valid option. Just ask E.L. James. My point is, explore your options and get creative. Always protect yourself and your story first, but don't think that because things have always been done a certain way that they can't change, especially if your story is good, you don't mind hustling, and you've got magic working for you. So with that in mind, I've written a spell for those writers ready to publish. This spell will ensure your story gets published, though it will work to find a way to publish that is best for you. All right, you will need 5 sigils. Woo! That is a ritual, 5 sigils. Cinnamon ground up, a gold or yellow candle, this, and a compass. I don't think I have a compass. I think I would have to buy one. Usually when I use sigils, they're for very specific intents. However, for this sigil, I want you to keep it a little vague and keep your line of intent simple. I am published. Make 4 copies of this sigil, scanning or photographing the original to later post online. Now take a little cinnamon and dust it onto each sigil, then fold them in half. Light your golden candle and activate your original sigil, repeating your line of intent and meditating on why you want to be published. What would you like to gain from it? Money, readership, fame? Think of that aspect of publishing and not the actual act of getting published. We're trying to open pathways to what you want, not but the pathway isn't clear yet. That's okay. You can't always see your way out of the maze, but knowing the goal helps tremendously. Save the ashes of the sigil for later use. Once activated, post the image of your original sigil online somewhere. Doesn't matter where, any social media platform will do. If you don't feel like it, the image doesn't even have to be posted publicly, just as long as the image exists somewhere on the internet. I would use Pinterest. I think your sigil is more likely to get used again and gain more power, basically, if you put it on Pinterest. Using your now is a excuse me, let me try this again. Now it's a time for a trip to the library. Using your compass, travel first north, then east, then south, and west through the library and grab the first book that catches your attention at each cardinal point. Place one of your folded sigils within each book and place it back on the shelf. As you exit the library, discreetly sprinkle the ashes of the burned original sigil outside. If you're looking to go the traditional route with agents, now is the time to send out your pitches. Don't delay. Otherwise, stay alert in the days and weeks following for other options to be revealed. Be patient, work on your writing in the meantime, and keep visualizing your goal. Publisher perish, the story of my life nowadays. Oh, jeez. It's an interesting way of thinking about publishing, yeah. What did you do? Did you self-publish? Did you go through a small press? Like, what have you done? Or have you been sitting on your stuff for years? I know you're quite prolific. Also, I made this spell. It was a Ostara New Moon spell. Inside is verbena oil and whorehound. And I should make a sigil. I think a sigil will add more oomph. I finished my coffee. What did you do? I've made writing career decisions recently, and it's been through intense arguing with myself and between projects. Oh, I see what you mean. I went with the story that I had the most progress on. And in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like maybe I should have gone with my Anchor series first, but I have changed the way I look at my Anchor series, and I want to release it scene by scene on Vela. I'm happy with how it turned out, though, but we'll definitely meditate on how you've put it. Right on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I have not finished putting away my shit. All right. I went for the one that's most marketable. Oh, okay. You think people will like it the most? So you have like a cover and you have a pitch and stuff like that. Man. I am interested in what you have to say, Daya. And maybe I will get another cup of coffee. I think it's better as a debut with money making in mind. Ah, I see. So that you can invest in future stories, right? It's about healing. Ooh. Inspired from my experience in some dark night of the soul. Ooh. Very nice. I am interested. I am interested. Yeah, exactly. My passion project would be next. I love the idea of having a story that, because like Hope's Chest was my baby. It was, but I just happened to have more progress done on that story than I did with my my anchor series or my novelette. But having something that you can cut your teeth on, and then once you've got like the system down, you can apply the system to your baby. It's about an alien that served in the terrible Universal War. His camp won, but he ended up traumatized and reconverted into a healer. Ooh, sounds awesome. I love it. Sci-fi. Hmm. All the notifications. All the notifications. One day he comes across a dead body on a rim planet and starts investigating, unsuspecting that it'll bring back memories of war. Mm-hmm. That's spooky. Sounds like it's going to be good. Is this your marketable episode? Book? Action? And things he couldn't possibly have known about what happened. Can he save the universe, or STH? I feel bad at pitches these days. Well, that was a pitch, you know? Yeah, it's the marketable one. Okay. Yeah. So, and being able to talk about your story is essential for sure. The other one is very heavy with morality and experimental style. Ah, something. Oh, okay. Can he save the universe or something? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I have this knot in my back. It's making stretching that part of my back kind of uncomfortable. Yow. It's lower than usual. All right. Well, did I make... Actually, I wonder if I made sigils. I think I did it in a ritual for a bunch of people. And did all my sigil work digitally. Yeah. Focus, creativity, inspiration. Ignore the bullshit and stay on target. Yeah. But this is the ritual. I made a copy and basically erased the copy. Did you make this stream because you've been using some of this magic yourself recently? Not because of it. I did it because I know most of my audience are writers as well as pagans. But I think having done it recently kind of like helps with the topic. Yeah, I think I want to make a paper version and stick it in the spell. And then maybe, I don't know, put it at my desk or ship it to the person who I made it for or whatever. I sent the 3 sigils to him so that he can use the sigils in whatever manner that felt comfortable for him. I know, artistically it looks great, doesn't it? Yeah. And I have a story that I'm running people through a new Technocracy Reloaded game tonight. In the Shadows of Giants is the name of the chronicle, and it's session 0, which is kind of like the prelude or the first chapter of a story. For me, it would be nice to get insight on how to blend real life and writing better in healthy ways. I'm not great at this because I participate in nano months. Like April is coming up like super fast. I'm going to be working on a choose your own adventure with RC Scott, provided I can actually like get some time with RC and we can actually like brainstorm some stuff before. Who is great at this anyways? I know, right? So I try and like tomorrow, for instance, I do a set of sprints in the morning, and that is a time where I will hunker down and actually work on my nano project, my outline. I know, I just figured it starts in 5 days this morning. I hadn't thought of that yet. Life is overrated, go for writing. Well, I just try to, if I have 2 hours of like hardcore writing, then I have 2 hours of rest or 2 hours of doing something else that like uses a different part of my brain or whatever. A lot of times I'll like clean my house. Now that I think of it as self-care, cleaning my house. I need to vacuum today. That would be good. Man, I need to send requests to YouTube to get bell notifications. Yes, you do. Ring that bell. TikTok is being antsy this morning. All right. Well, I love talking to you, Daya. However, I should get to cleaning my house and kind of like retrying to start my day all over again. Camp Nano is one reason I was working my ass off on thumbnails. I suspect you're working on scripting for Nano? Maybe? If you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more videos like this one, I recommend that you subscribe and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when I go live, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.